Hey there, I'm Chelsea with the BuildBook support team, and we're going to go over a little bit about our project templates. As you know, most of our projects are able to be created off of other projects or templates. So I'll start by showing you what a template kind of looks like. And then, of course, we can go into creating a project off of templates and then also what we can do within the template in order to help create projects even faster. So to start, templates are only available in our projects. They're not available in our opportunities, although I know that's something that a lot of our pros ask about all the time. Although you can create templates for projects, we don't have that ability in the opportunities. So things like your opportunity tasks and such are not going to be able to be templatized like your projects can be. So you'll just click on your project's navigation, and then within that navigation, there's a couple of different tabs. So you'll see your projects, your templates, your archived, and your invites. You just gonna want to click on that templates tab. Now within the templates tab, we have a template gallery in the top left corner, which you can essentially download any single one of the templates that we've already built for you. So these templates already include things like your tasks, your schedule, some of your financials, as well as some of your selections already. If you don't want to use our templates, you can actually create a template, but you're going to have to create a project first. So what I personally like to do is I like to take a project that I know is really similar to all of my other projects. And then from there, I can click on the ellipsis menu on that project and click on Create Template. This is the exact same way it works down here by clicking on Create Template. Now, when you do this, it's going to automatically start setting up a template for you. And essentially, it's going to give you this loading screen for just a little bit while it sets up that project for you. Now, once it's set up the project, you'll know that you're in a template because you'll have a blue banner up here that says customize this template as needed. And then from there, you can start a new project from this template, or you can create it using the creation modal. To start, you're going to have some information automatically that you'll notice that is missing. So something like the chat is missing from here, as well as the daily logs, because they don't actually have anything to do with templates. Chat and daily logs are usually only for projects as the project is beginning. So the daily logs are going to share updates about the project. And then, of course, the project chat is going to allow you to reach out to clients as well as team members to discuss things about the project, but that's not usually needed within templates. You'll have a home screen just like your project, a task screen just like your project, a schedule screen just like your project, financials, selections, files, and settings. So you can go ahead and rename your template at any point in time. Maybe I don't want this to be the Adams B&B. Maybe I just want this to be our new construction template. And I want to put, final or something like that. I can always change that name anytime here really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and add this as Adams so I know which project it came from. Additionally, you can invite multiple team members to these templates so that they can also adjust, edit, add information, but you won't be able to invite your collaborators or clients or anything to templates because, again, this is a project template. It's meant to help create other projects. It's not meant to be worked as a project. And then, of course, you can go into any one of these additional areas. You can essentially add or adjust information. You can push back entire schedules. This is where you can add the bulk of your project information as well as your selection items. If you reuse the same selection items every single time, you can essentially add them to this template and then carry them over to projects so you don't have to keep recreating those all the time. Now within templates, what you'll notice is that you have the ability to an ellipsis menu. So you have the ability to either duplicate the template. So for instance, I have a new construction template, a new construction final template, but this one has no due dates. So maybe I need to essentially recreate this Adams template, but I want it without due dates. I can essentially duplicate it and then go through and delete all of the due dates for my task items and my phases. That way I can just go through with a clean start and go ahead and re-add those at any point in time. So that makes it really easy instead of having to recreate everything kind of from scratch again or from the project. I can just really easily duplicate this template. I also have the ability to add to favorites and delete the template. And then of course I can always search for my templates here. One of the things I want to go over really quickly as far as the templates go is you're not able to invite collaborators or clients to your templates, but what you can do is you can actually templatize your tasks and assignees. So, for instance, I can really quickly and easily go through and change the client visibility for my tasks. So I can make them shared with the client or not shared with the client really, really quickly. That's going to help me in the future because if I know I'm automatically going to need to share every single one of my tasks, I can add this to the template now. And then that way, when I create my project, I don't have to go back through and use this bulk option to share everything. It'll just automatically be shared with the clients for me. Additionally, if I want to, I can click on any one of these tasks and assign it to somebody. So what you'll notice right off the bat is that this is going to be usually you and your pro team in this drop down. And that's because that's the only people who have access to templates. But all I have to do is start typing in a name from my people profiles and I can really quickly and easily add somebody as an assignee to my templates. So again, if I know I'm going to be using the exact same subcontractors for templates moving forward, I can essentially assign everybody who has those tasks on the template, and then I can use that to create my project so I'm not having to go through and add in a ton of assignees again. Now, what you'll notice is when you do this, they're going to have a no access badge next to their name. Essentially, that just means that although you've assigned this person to the template for now, but to the project later, they still don't have access. So they won't even know that this particular task exists unless I invite them to that project. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a minute. So again, I can really quickly and easily go through. I can add, my assignees here at any point in time. Now, one of the things that you can't do is you can't go to the tasks. You can't reassign to and then click on anybody that's not already invited to the template. So that's kind of a bummer there. You'll have to go through and essentially do this for every single one of the tasks in here. But this just makes it really easy for you because again, if you're using the same team members, you're using the same collaborators on all of the same tasks across all of your projects, it's easier to have to add these people once instead of doing it over and over and over again. So that's an option for you here in the templates as well as in the projects. Now, once you're ready to start a project, you can either click here on the template or you can go back to your projects. You can click on new project. You can put in all of your information. And then down here is where you can create your template or where you can add your template. Excuse me. You won't be able to create your template, but this is where you can actually add your template. And then from there, you're able to select what options come over really quickly. If you are converting this project from an estimate, you'll notice that the budget and selections are going to be grayed out, and that is by design. That's because the budget and selection items are actually coming from your estimate. So we don't want to override anything here. So we're just not going to bring them over at all for you. Whereas you can copy items in from your budget, from your price book, or you can copy other selection items in from other areas of build book at any point in time. But most often than not, when you're converting this from an estimate to a project, this is all going to be essentially blank for you or grayed out so that you can't select it. One of the nice things about the template is that you are able to change the due dates for items. So once you've created your template and you're ready to use it, it may be many months before you're ready to use it. And so we've given you this option to change the dates of your project. So again, if this project started in January 2023, I probably don't want to start with those same dates. I'm going to change the start date of the project so that it changes the very first task or the very first phase to start during that time. And it's going to push everything back and hang on to my dependencies. This is the only place that you're able to add in a start date for the project. So you won't be able to templatize this And additionally, you're not able to change the start date at any other point in time on the project without dragging items on the schedule back. So we have added that ability for you, and all you have to do is click on a date and hit apply. Now you'll notice you're not able to select a date range. And again, that's because this is the start date of your project. So this is the date that you want everything to start beginning on, essentially. And then once you have all of that information, you're going to click on create project, and you're going to get the exact same screen that you did last time where it says hang tight, we're setting up your project. And then essentially you'll get a project that looks just like this right here. Now that I've carried over that project using that template, I can now go to my tasks and I can see that James is already still assigned to a task. He's going to have that no access badge, like I said. So if I want to go through and invite him to the project so that he can see that he has a task, all I have to do is click on those project settings now, scroll down to the no access on project, and click on invite to project. And then I can set the permissions for James and do all of that type of good work here. But that just makes it really easy. And then of course, whenever you want to adjust any templates, you'll just go back to your projects, click on templates. You can click on any one of the templates and then again, work them just like projects, essentially. So you're able to go through, you're able to adjust information, add financials, add selections, add files, all of that type of information that you can then carry over to a project to make it easier so you're not reinventing the wheel. Of course, like I said, you'll have an ellipsis menu on the right-hand side of every single template. So you can either duplicate, add to favorites, or delete that template if you want to. Hopefully this answers all your questions about templates, but of course, in case you have any at all, feel free to click on this question mark help icon in the top right corner. And as always, happy building.